In a relationship, the definition of hell is proximity without intimacy. Two people sharing the exact same physical space, breathing the same air, yet existing in entirely different worlds. We are trained to spot loud red flags, the screaming matches, the broken trust, the dramatic betrayals. But relationships often erode through a much quieter process, a kind of quiet quitting where the emotional connection simply fades out. Detecting this decay requires a shift in how we evaluate our partners. Instead of analyzing what they are doing, we have to start paying close attention to what they are actively failing to do. Within the confines of a committed partnership, silence, withdrawal, and physical stillness are powerful, active choices that slowly dismantle the bond holding two people together. Therapists define this pattern as emotional neglect. It is the consistent, ongoing failure to respond to or acknowledge a partner's emotional needs. The primary psychological symptom is a distinct and profound sense of loneliness. You can sit beside someone on a couch, share a meal, and go through the daily routine, yet feel entirely alone. It shows up in the subtle brushing off of passing thoughts, changing the subject when conversation gets heavy, or simply ignoring attempts to connect. Over time, this chronic lack of emotional attunement ensures that the couple is no longer engaging in a shared partnership. They are living parallel lives under the same roof. When emotional distance expands, physical intimacy is usually the first casualty. The total absence of non-sexual physical contact leads to a biological condition known as touch starvation or skin hunger. Skin contact sends signals to the vagus nerve, triggering the release of oxytocin and dopamine to make us feel secure. When contact is cut off, vagus nerve stimulation stops. Without those chemicals, the body experiences a rapid spike in the stress hormone cortisol. In the 1960s, psychologist Harry Harlow proved this biological necessity with his famous infant monkey experiments. Given the choice, the monkeys consistently chose the psychological comfort of a soft, terry-cloth surrogate mother over a wire structure that actually provided food. We require physical comfort to regulate our baseline anxiety. Emotional distance physically alters a person's nervous system and kicks their biological stress response into overdrive. This diagram illustrates the pursuer-distancer loop. The distancer, having an avoidant attachment style, feels overwhelmed and instinctively pulls away to build walls. The pursuer panics and pushes harder for connection, causing the distancer's shield to thicken and push back. This chasm of hidden distance is rarely born of malice. It is a tragic mismatch of psychological defense mechanisms, where two partners are desperately and destructively trying to achieve a sense of safety. To reverse this dynamic, a couple must consciously and deliberately disrupt their own default defense mechanisms. The pursuer has to take the difficult step of easing up on their demands for reassurance. By stopping the constant check-ins, they create a pressure-free vacuum that gives their partner the actual space needed to move forward. At the exact same time, the distancer must consciously engage. They have to step into that vacuum and provide the baseline security the anxious partner requires to calm down. Healing begins by openly naming this cycle of emotional neglect. Both people have to acknowledge it as a shared pattern they are trapped in together, rather than assigning personal blame. Then, they must slowly reintroduce small, non-demanding gestures of physical affection, a hand on the shoulder, or simply sitting close together. This resets the nervous system and combats the lingering effects of touch starvation. True intimacy requires an active, daily choice to step into each other's emotional worlds. You must prioritize actual presence over mere physical proximity.